nigga said, oh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Don't do that to
My bad.
We a different old school. Like back when our uncles and shit were uncles, they had like a
Afro.
a shag or something, afro, and they seen like uncle. They wore Uncle Cologne.
Stetson.
Yeah, drink Uncle Whiskey.
Yeah.
Brute Musk.
Right. What they call bumpy face? What's the bottle?
Seagram's in?
Yeah, Seagram's.
Everybody started on that bumpy face.
Man, that bumpy face.
Everybody started on that bumpy face.
I ain't gonna lie, our class, we started on that Mad Dog.
Mad Dog 2020.
Oh, yeah, with Mad Dog.
And then Cisco.
And the Night Train.
They trying to make a comeback, though.
Night Train.
Yeah.
Cause that's
What
all.
was the one with Snoop had? Was it St. Ides? Was Snoop on St. Ides?
Nah, he just was endorsing it.
Okay,
He wasn't saying that.
okay.
White folks on
I
St.
just
Ides.
remember Mad Dog and Cisco, cause this type of shit you can get out the grocery store and shit like that.
Yeah, the motherfucking it was a short stop right up the street from Jackson State. When I was in yard, we all started on that night train with like $1.50.
Shortstop. What's that?
The short stop.
It was a house.
Nah,
Oh.
it's you come down Lynch Street. You know where Ralph's spot is, where he got the Mr. Juice Cleanse.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So you coming down Lynch Street, and Ralph's spot finna come up over here. It's right there on the right at that right.
Yeah, the little corner store
It's
like.
a little corner store. It's right across the
Okay,
street
yeah,
from
yeah. That's okay.
right across the street from a car wash
Yeah,
over
right
there.
what Gabe thing.
They used to sell the gallons of Killian's Red. You go over there and get the gallon.
a gallon.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What's his name? Racist ass dude. I don't even like calling his name. Anyway, his daddy owned that spot. Over there.
Should have known. That sound about right.
Yeah.
How you wanna do it? You ain't really built like that. Shooter like KD coming off the hip like that. Smoking that loud. This that pump up the volume. Lighting up a spliff like that. In the streets bending them. These niggas sweet like cinnamon. Same rap nigga, you a synonym. If a nigga want that smoke, tell him he can bring 10 of them. We'll shoot 5 at minimum. Big footprint, I'ma step like Sasquatch. Bitch, I'm full of fire like a matchbox. A lot of y'all hoes really lose y'all.
What up,
What
y'all?
it do? What
we
it
already
do?
kicking it off. You already know it's your boy Nato Blacktastic.
It's your boy E-Dub.
And we are the productive procrastinators. If you ain't being productive, you probably procrastinating.
If your ass ain't procrastinating,
Yeah, probably. Goddamn hating, man.
and before you
Straight like
finish, hit that red button right there.
Bang.
Take a little
On the
minute.
other bank, so you done fucked
You know
up.
what I'm saying?
He stopped. See, you can't do it like that. You can't set yourself up.
You gotta go
man.
through
Like,
button
No, he
practice,
got, we,
bro.
we got a button now to say facts.
Yeah, that's on another bank, though.
Okay.
Man. That's another
My
subject
bad,
for another
y'all.
day,
With me.
man.
I started out wrong.
Ain't nothing wrong being a little too hyped, though. I ain't mad about it.
Right.
I ain't mad about it.
Yeah.
You heard that slogan, though? If you ain't being productive, you probably procrastinating.
And if your ass ain't procrastinating,
You get it.
Yeah, I get it.
probably-
I was about to ask y'all where the name came from, but y'all pretty much that was it. Y'all explained it.
Appreciate it,
There you
man.
go.
yeah.
That make me feel real good that you
Yeah.
see it like that, because I be looking at your Facebook status sometimes like, I make jokes, but don't be a fool. This nigga had me like, got that. So I need y'all to know right now when we talking to him, we just was having a conversation. I'm gonna call him OG, man. Y'all don't, if you don't know, bro, he one of the pioneers for music, hip hop in the state of Mississippi, in the city of Jackson.
Yes.
Y'all.
Appreciate it.
Grateful to have him to the platform. One of the members of a group I used to listen to.
Yes.
You gotta put him on the Mount Rushmore.
You got to.
Mississippi rapper.
You got to.
Talk your
Mount
shit,
Rushmore.
man.
Hey, you gotta put him on Mount Rushmore.
In
I
the
appreciate
building.
it. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah.
In
One
the
of the
building.
greats around here, around Mount
appreciate
Rushmore. You heard it.
I appreciate it.
Kamikaze.
Yes,
There it is.
sir.
There it is. Dun, DeMarco. Yeah, gotta put it on there. You know what I'm talking about?
There you go, Ed. That's how you do it. I gotta let you sit here and get your buddy.
Hey, anytime I hear that shit, man, I be waiting to hear that Dun, DeMarco on the back.
Bro,
I can't hear that sound nowhere in the world. I be like, oh shit, some niggas finna rap. It don't matter where it's at. When I hear that shit,
That's
niggas
real
finna go
talk.
there.
That's real talk. That's real
Hey,
talk.
dog, when he see another dog,
Yeah.
Shout out to Bars of None.
Yeah, shout out.
for sure,
Shout
for
out.
sure.
You got bars of goddamn got none.
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't come on this platform.
Bullshit.
Don't come on that bullshit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Few niggas be bullshitting.
Yeah.
A few. Yeah.
Few of them be coming on that bullshitting, but it's cool though. It's cool.
Yeah.
You gotta take the good with the bad.
Right.
That's what creates the whole game.
That's what creates the whole game. That's how you know who good and who not.
That creates the
gonna
balance.
It's gonna be a few slow niggas that's gonna slide through.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Or pay their way through, whichever one you want to do it. They gonna slide through there.
And they know you can do it. That's the game.
And that's the game.
Man,
This
boy,
is this is a capitalistic society, baby. You can pay your way anywhere. That don't mean you're gonna do something when you get there, but you can pay your way to get on there. You can do that.
Facts.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. In any industry.
Acting. It's some actors you like.
A comedian can pay his way to get on stage, man, to get him 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Or get him 5 minutes.
Pay
Get on there.
his Instagram followers up and everything.
All that,
get the
man.
blue check.
All that shit.
It don't mean that shit any good.
Your
though.
ass get on stage, my boy.
It don't, 'cause that's,
Different business.
That's where it count.
That's where it count.
You are.
That's where it count.
I was thinking about that. I was like, we get Kamikaze up here. I know I want to talk about the music, like
Yes.
what you think about.
Of course.
Because my boy right here, he's serious on that. He ain't got no time. I'm one of these people, like what we talk about. I'm one of these type of people. I believe everything in the world is there for a reason.
Yeah.
You
For
gotta
some
have
reason.
your haters. You couldn't have players if you didn't have haters. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You
true.
can't have
It's the
good-
yin and the yang, man. That's life.
Without the bad,
Yeah, you gotta have it.
you gotta have niggas outside the store asking for change. I just was talking to y'all about that. He got a place in his world.
Yeah, you do.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
do. You just gotta decide where you want to be at, on what side you want to be at.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you ain't gotta be the nigga in front of the store asking for change. You
Never.
can be the nigga going in with the change. It's just, you gotta decide how you want to do it.
You coming already, Kamikaze.
He
You
was
coming in
ready.
dropping gems already.
Let me
There
see
you
what
go.
the rest of these.
There you go. Some niggas finna rap.
I gotta see what the rest of these buttons hitting on, man.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, man, because I'm the type of person, like I feel like in music, even like Uncle Luke got a place. You know what I'm saying? Everything had a place.
had this discussion.
So, I ain't super mad at your futures and stuff for what the music. I see people make statuses like, this album garbage. And I see other people like, boy, what y'all talking about? This future. You feel me? And I'm not one of them type of people who's super judgmental on rappers. On every single rapper.
Everybody has their taste, man. Like, you can't argue with somebody about what their particular taste is in music. If it's not your taste, then you don't have to listen to it. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to consume it. That's why I don't understand sometimes, niggas will share a nigga status, or they'll share an album, or they'll share a video and be like, this shit trash. Well, nigga, you just helped the goddamn spread the word by sharing.
Help the algorithm.
So, I mean, for me, if I don't particularly like your shit, I'm not going to share it, and I'm not going to talk about it. It's not going to be something that I'm going to goddamn be consumed with on a regular basis, because the more you talk about shit and the more you share it, that's the more people are going to see it. So as much as you say this shit trash, the Future album trash, or this album trash, or whatever the case is, I don't like Kendrick or I don't like Drake, whenever you state that opinion, you're doing nothing but just adding to the algorithm when you do it. You know what I'm saying?
What up, good people?
What it do?
It's your boy Nato Black Task, and I got my homie.
E-Dub.
And you already know we are the productive procrastinators, and what you didn't know was, well, we done got a new sponsor.
You see it?
Can't lie to you, I'm happy for this one. We got Pizza Shack, no slack. 2 locations, the one in Jackson and Pearl.
Let me shoot
Talk to
them.
him.
I got you, dog. Jackson, Mississippi, 925 East Fortification Street, 601-352-2001. And the Pearl location, 3040 Highway 80 East, Suite A, 601-203-2986.
So you already know what that mean. That thing right there on Highway 80, so you can get in and get out of Pearl if that ain't your world. Now, let's get to these delicatessens right here.
Man.
We got this carnivore piece over here for you meat lovers. No diddy. We got this Philly steak and cheese sub. I ain't even know they had them right there. I'm trying to get this out for a nigga stomach start growling. And we got the $39.55 wing, courtesy of my boy.
Say that again.
$39.55.
Okay. That's all I want to
I
know.
don't know what he put on them, but the boy ain't played with the seasoning. If you ain't got no sauce, you already know you lost. Now talk to him about these ingredients.
Bruh,
'cause I
listen.
heard they were fresh in every bite.
Every bite, there are fresh ingredients. But, they don't just specialize in pizza. They got the sandwiches. Look, favorite sandwiches, dog. Philly cheesesteak, as we have here.
Talk to him.
Meatball, turkey melt, Italian sub. Specialty pieces. Like I said, just don't have the meat lovers. We got spinach Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, and shrimp Alfredo. That's just to name a few.
I like how you were doing it. You were dropping them names out there like spades. So
Hey.
you already know, y'all. I'm going to tell you right now. We're going to have to go and get this through because my stomach about to start growling right now. We ready to tear into it. So make sure you tap in with Pizza Shack, both locations, Jackson and Pearl. Get it in your life, man. Pizza Shack.
Check them out.
You'll never catch me talking about some shit I don't like. If I don't like it and I don't fuck with it, I ain't gonna talk about it. Because the less you talk about it, that's the quicker that it goes away. The more you talk about it, the more you're gonna see it. So, I don't fault anybody for their opinion. Everybody likes what they like. It just needs to be a balance in the music. You know what I'm saying? You should have a balance in what you consume as a consumer. I like all kinds of music. I'm not particularly a fan of Future, but I understand that he has his place. I'm not particularly a fan of a lot of shit, but I understand that it has its place. So what you have to do as an artist or a consumer, you find what you like and you super serve that niche. That's something that I learned from Tyler Perry. When you find your audience, you super serve that niche. If you trying to motherfucking please everybody, you're going to please nobody at the end of the day. You're going to always have some people that's not going to like what you do. You know what I'm saying? You're going to always have some people that are not going to be fans of what you do, not like what you do, hating on what you do. But you're really not doing it for them. That's something that I had to learn. That's something that I tell artists all the time, because artists, they naturally want everybody to say they shit dope. They want everybody to say that they like their shit. Everybody's not going to like your shit. You got a particular crowd and a particular demographic that's going to like your shit. Podcasts, comedy, doesn't matter. I hear people all the time talk about how Kevin Hart is not funny to him. I hear that constantly. I hear that all the time.
Look at what he's doing.
Look at what he's doing.
Well, he right in your face all the time.
So he has people that like him, and then he has people that don't like him. Jay-Z, Beyonce, anybody that you can talk from any level, have a number of people are going to be detractors, and you can't really worry about that. You make your art, and you let your art fall to whoever wants to consume your art, and you serve that crowd.
Your lane.
You know what I'm saying? You serve your lane. Let everybody else do their thing. You gotta have Sexy Red. You gotta have
it.
Glorilla.
It's a place.
You gotta have all of that. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of them Sexy Red and Glorilla just simply because they're being themselves. You know what I'm saying? And there's nobody, as me, I just turned 54 years old on my birthday, on our birthday, as a matter of fact.
Did you say it again for me, Kamikaze?
On our birthday.
Yeah, we got the same birthday.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We the headliners of Libra season. We the headliners. You know what I'm saying? The last day.
The last day.
But I don't know anybody out there when they were 24, 25 years old, 26. You didn't have that shit figured out. And you was doing dumb shit when you was 24, 25 years old. If you looking through that shit through the lens of an older motherfucker, that shit might look ratchet to you, it might look crazy. But nigga, we all know what we did when we was 20, 30 years old. Give them motherfuckers a chance to figure they shit out. You know what I'm saying? So I highly doubt that when Sexy Red and Glorilla turn 35, 36, 40 years old, I highly doubt that they're going to be acting in exactly the same fashion that they acting right now. You got to give people a chance to grow and evolve, man, and mature, and shit have changed along that line. So I don't judge, anybody. Everybody, has their time to grow up and evolve, man. So, at the end of the day, you like what you like, and that's all that you can do. And don't worry about the other shit. You serve the people that's there. Fuck the people who don't show up. You fuck with the people that do show up. Because at the end of the day, you spending all your time talking about these niggas ain't fucking with my music, and these niggas didn't come to my party, and these niggas didn't come to my show, and these niggas didn't do this, and my family don't support me, and y'all spend so much time talking about the negative shit. The niggas that actually fuck with you, they sitting over to the side like, well, damn, nigga,
what are we?
I'm here.
Yep.
Yeah. I came to your show. I bought your CD. I laughed at the jokes. I came to your event. I did all of that. I'm sitting over here, and all I see you do is get on Facebook and get on social media, and you mad at the motherfuckers who didn't come.
Complain.
We came. So now I don't feel like you appreciate my presence, and you don't appreciate my support. So now I might not give it as easily as freely the next time. That's why, the niggas is not going to come. They wasn't going to come anyway. So you can't really worry about that, man. So it's, that goes with music, and that goes with anything. It goes with podcasting. It's all of that shit, man. I stopped a long time ago worrying about who wasn't doing some shit, and I start super serving the motherfuckers who fuck with my shit, and just leave it at that. And if you do that, you can't lose.
At all, nigga. You done took every question I had on the list. I was gonna say you done asked all that shit. We got the whole damn 45.
So basically what you're saying, dog, just don't even interact with the negative.
No, you don't have to interact with. I mean, people spend time. You waste time doing that shit, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't do a whole lot of going back and forth with people. At the end of the day, your opinion is your opinion. You know, I give a whole lot of. You got it, dog. I do a whole lot of that
That's
shit.
what this year is, though.
I do a whole lot of that shit, man. Because at the end of the day, in most instances, you're not finna change somebody's mind.
Right.
Type
So,
shit.
Sure, right.
you know, it's no use in going back and forth. You know, the politics, music, all
Especially
these
not on
debates that go
social
on.
media.
Yeah, not on that platform. You're not gonna do it. In
Not in
person,
life, though.
in
Not
person,
in
you
person.
might have a better chance if you sitting there and having a one-on-one dialogue. But when you got the eyeballs of social media and you on those platforms, man, people are on there to argue, or they on there to try to beef up engagement, or they on there to try to do whatever it is that they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Finger gangsters. So, you know, at the end of the day, they're not gonna bust a grape in real life if you see them and have a conversation with them. So it's really nothing to really go back and forth. But again, all of this is shit that you learn in time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. You're not
My
gonna
reactions to
come here
motherfuckers when I was in my late 20s and my 30s is categorically different to what it is.
Categorically
Yes.
different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Categorically.
Yeah.
Get it corrected.
Yeah, so
Categorically.
you learn and you evolve, man. You learn. That's what I tell everybody. You got to learn and evolve. And you got to have motherfuckers around you to give you an example of something
That you,
to evolve to.
something to grow to.
So, you know, I was lucky to have a lot of those people around. So, you know, when they were telling me shit and I was hearing and then it didn't make a whole lot of sense. Well, things changed and it made sense. You know, when I started doing music in a particular way, or when I got married, or when I had kids, you know, when I opened up my own business and I was spending my own money and having those responsibilities, you know, they said then all of your, you know, everything that you see and everything you viewing is going to change. And it did. And all of that shit that people say, and in most instances with a lot of young niggas, most of this shit that motherfuckers is telling these niggas is gonna come to pass and it's gonna come to fruition because you're looking at a motherfucker right in front of you that's already walked that path. So all he doing is looking down that path and telling you what the fuck you finna run into. And you can have that hubris if you want to, but at the end of the day, it never fails. Time never loses. You know, evolution never loses. It's undefeated. So, you know, I listen a lot more than I talked. And in listening a lot more than I talked, you know, I learned. So now I can get to this point and try to impart it. And even if I try to impart it, I'm going to give it. It's up to the nigga if they want to accept it or if they want to reject it. If you don't agree with it, you got it, dog.
Deuces.
That's it. You give them the thumbs up. You got it, dog. And then it'll be gone. And then, you know, we'll revisit it later and we'll see how it went. But chances are, 99% of the time, it's going to come out like I told you it's going to come out because I don't walk that street before. You know what I'm talking about? But
You
been
do that.
there.
You do that in this city.
and it might not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
For more than just music. Like, you fuck with Jackson. Like, you believe Jackson can be what any of the other cities can be.
I fuck with it, man. I believe in it, and I love it. I had a lot of chances to go to a lot of other different places. You know, I lived in Atlanta for a second. I lived in New York I stayed in Atlanta for a couple of years. I was in New York for about a year. So I've been in other places, and it's no place like Jackson, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Outside of, you know, we got our issues and our problems like everybody else has.
Well, yeah, where don't?
So, you know, when I go to other places, you going to hear niggas complain about the same shit that they complain about here.
Yep. Niggas hating from where we from.
Yeah. You know,
it's hard to make it from where I'm from.
You go to, you know, anywhere. You go to Atlanta, like, and I use Atlanta a lot because
Potholes,
people.
I can tell that joke everywhere.
Yeah.
They got this
Yeah,
shit
they got the
everywhere.
same shit. They got the same
Don't
shit everywhere.
do it to Jackson, nigga. Wherever you go,
Everywhere.
generally where some black people that could just have, but really damn near all over the cities though.
Yeah.
It just will make it
It's
sound
everywhere.
like where
Because I mean, you know, people don't understand just science, you know what I'm saying, logistically. The infrastructure of this country is crumbling, you know what I'm saying? We talking about the earth here. We talking about the earth and shit that's built
how long
on the
y'all
earth.
think we gonna ride on the same street for?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The shit has got to be rebuilt.
Nigga had a carriage
got
on
to, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was literally some niggas in a carriage on the same motherfucking street at one point. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know,
y'all think, but I be really be.
No, and it's real. So you got carriages that rode over this shit. You done had, you know, trucks, tanks, cars, all kinds of shit. You got water pipes under this shit, man. It's 100 years old. All that shit has to be replaced. Weather elements, all that shit. People walking. The earth is different. The clay is different. The sand is different. So that's everywhere. And I use Atlanta always as an example because it's a lot of niggas that uphold Atlanta like it's the promised land. Like you gonna go.
Niggas swear they go to Atlanta. It's finna happen.
Like you gonna.
This weekend, nigga, I'm finna go to Atlanta.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Atlanta's not gonna solve your problems. It's not a magic button. And I tell people all the time, if you didn't have any motion where you was at originally, you're not gonna have any motion in Atlanta. If you a motherfucker that can go get it and know how to go get it, it don't matter what city you gonna go to.
Right.
I have had the pleasure of traveling across the entire world, you know what I'm saying? And hip hop has taken me to Ghana, it's taken me to Nigeria, it's taken me to Germany, it's taken me to the Czech Republic. It's taking me to Amsterdam. It's taking me to a whole lot of places, man. Every one of those places that I went to, when I got there, it was a nigga that was from Mississippi that was doing some weird shit. That was already there.
When I was on tour, everywhere we went, it's a Jackson nigga there.
Not just Mississippi
nigga, it's a Jackson nigga. I'm pretty sure. And I started telling the joke, like, I'm supposed to believe you carry your ass to Tokyo. It's a Jacktown nigga. You gonna run into him.
When I got, in most of the places when I got there, like the niggas that was throwing the parties and the niggas that had put shit together. When I went to Africa, I went to a village of black folks who was creating their own little village, and the motherfuckers was from Macomb, Mississippi.
Wow.
And you know what I'm saying? And they were bringing their entire family in waves to come over to Ghana to rebuild over in Ghana, because Ghana had this big thing about welcoming black folk from America back over here, giving them grants, giving them land, that kind of thing. So, they call it expatriates or whatever you want to call it. So, they were trying to get the expats to come back to Ghana, come back home. We're going to give you this plot of land. We're going to do this, that, and the other. And, one of the first people that I met when I went over there, it was an older couple who were from Macomb, Mississippi. Wow. And they had created this. When I went to Prague, and I was on tour in Prague, Fingerprint was over there. We went to Czech Republic, and we got over there, and some of the motherfucking biggest basketball players that was in the motherfucking club doing their shit was from niggas from Mississippi. They played ball here. So everywhere that I have gone all across the world, man, Mississippi niggas have gone someplace, because we've learned how to take a dime and make it into a dollar. Mm-hmm. That's what we've learned how to do. That's what you grow up learning how to do.
Absolutely.
So I will put us up against anybody else in the world, man. You go to Atlanta again, and I use it as an example because everybody holds that up as the Mecca, but those niggas, first of all, outside of being some of the stealingest niggas that you gonna ever see in the world.
Talk your shit, bro.
Hey, look. You go over there, they will steal your shit. And I'm talking about your music, your samples, your jokes, your pictures,
your persona.
They will steal your shit.
Listen, man, my nigga K-Dub, shout out to K-Dub, we there, and he told me, you need to keep your ass coming back to Atlanta. You know that shit you told last time? They done stole this shit already. Mm-hmm. Don't try to Then I'm like, damn, they stealing nigga shit like that? Hell yeah, but the way it is in Atlanta, you ain't shit if a nigga ain't stealing your shit. So you need to be happy. Bring your ass back so they know it was your shit that they stole.
Wow.
I'll never forget a conversation that I had. Me and Banner was over in Atlanta. We had a conversation with Cool Breeze from the Dungeon family.
Right,
we was doing some music with them.
Dirty South.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool Breeze.
Yeah, so Cool Breeze, one of the Dungeon family members. Shout out to the whole DF
Shout
family.
out.
He was one of the first niggas when we was over in the studio, man. He was like, hey, bro, hey, you got to be careful of your shit, man. These niggas steal over here. These niggas will steal your shit. And he an Atlanta nigga. So this was back in the mid-90s, late 90s. He was saying that shit. And it's prevalent today. Them niggas will steal your shit, and they'll put it out because they think ain't nobody else gonna goddamn be able to hear it, and they'll take it and they'll do it. They complain.
So many comedy partners, but them OG comedy partners know he ain't lying. They gonna say it.
We already know the music niggas know, comedy niggas know. Yep. It doesn't matter what it is. Them niggas are still. Right. And, at the end of the day, everybody's going to try to uphold Atlanta above anything else. And also, them niggas complain about Atlanta not fucking with Atlanta niggas. Everybody talks about everybody in Atlanta work together. Everybody in Atlanta clicked up. No, they not. Them niggas don't like each other, just like niggas over here don't like each other. Right. Them niggas do not work together. That is a misnomer. It is a myth. Mm-hmm. Okay, I want to tell you that because them niggas do not fuck with each other like that. Certain niggas fuck with certain niggas, and then they work together. Just like in Jackson, certain niggas fuck with certain niggas, and you can't fault that. Niggas click up and they like and they get cool with who they like. People that they might goddamn genuinely have some type of artistic similarities to, and that's what happens here. You go to Atlanta, the same thing is gonna happen. You're not finna just motherfuckers think you just gonna go sit up in the studio in Atlanta just cause you there, and I was just around some niggas and I ended up getting on some shit. That's not how that shit works. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's happened in some individual cases with some people, but nah, the world is much faster now, and there's way too much stuff that's available to us on all of these platforms for us to be able to go directly to the consumer. You don't have to sit in the studio with a nigga no more to do that shit. So it's different than it was when I was going back and forth between that doing shit, but you just don't have to. Them niggas are the same as Jackson, Mississippi. It's in the same shit. And it be the niggas, just like the niggas in Jackson, that think I ain't got no motion. And what I want is for a nigga with some motion to fuck with me and do a song with me so I can have some motion. Right. But because this nigga don't want to do no song with me, now niggas don't want to work with niggas. Now what we want you to do, man, is create your own motherfucking motion. Then we can have something to talk about. You know what I'm talking about? You got to come to the table with something of equal or greater value. Otherwise, it's not networking. It's begging. At the end of the day, once you do that, you got to come to the table with something of equal or greater value. If you bring that to the table, then we can have a conversation.
Yes, sir, man. It is I, the great one, Kenyon 3955. You know, 1/3 of the One Way Show, the host of the 3955 podcast, people. Bars or none, alongside with my fellow partner.
It's your boy E-Dub, one half of the Productive Procrastinators Podcast.
Yes, sir, man. And listen, man, Bars or None show and Productive Procrastinators, the RNC studio, want to let you know 4-Wheel Production is sponsored by Flavor Factory, people. I'm talking about Flavor Factory, man. Listen, man, we got everything that you need, man. I'm talking about everything, man. Tell them what we got, man.
Hey, bro, listen, if you want that top end,
yeah,
this is where you need to be.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, listen, you got the Barack Obama low.
Got the
Am
pack.
I saying that right?
Got the pack.
It got the M&M. Listen.
Yeah, that's what, hey, tastes like M&M.
Bro, listen, if this, what you want to smoke is a top notch, this is who you need to be with.
I'm telling you, bro, listen, man. Flavor Factory got everything you need, man. I'm talking about we got the treats. We got it all, man. Check them folks out, man. Worldwide, man. Go check them folks out, man. Listen, man, it is I, the great one, Kenyon 3955, man, alongside with my boy
E-Dub. What it do?
Hey, man, listen, man, we just letting y'all know, man, Flavor Factory is sponsoring us, man. So listen, man, we finna goddamn it go ahead and end this motherfucker, man. We about to get outside and roll up.
Yeah, I've been ready, dog. Let's go.
But anything else other than that is me helping you, which means you're going to have to pay for the work that I put in to get to this particular level. You're going to have to pay for me to fuck with you to do that. And because I don't want to do that for free or do that in the time frame that you want me to do it in or how you want me to do it in, now it's niggas don't want to work with each other. That's not how that works. You can't do that in any other facet of life. You're not gonna go to the table with these white folks unless you are being able to look them right in their eye and have something of equal or greater value for them to have a conversation with you. If you trying to get a job, people all the time, I'm gonna go to this networking brunch and I'm gonna go to this networking event and I'm gonna put on this suit and tie and go in here with all these motherfuckers where all this money is. They not finna have no conversation with you, nigga, unless you got something of equal or greater value to have a conversation with them about. So you have to have yourself prepared. All of this shit starts with self first before you go to have these conversations. All of that shit starts there before you can make it to the next level. Niggas is not coming to save you at any point. Ain't nobody coming to knock on your door. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Banner not coming to save you. Crit not coming to save you. Silas ain't finna knock on your door. Ain't nobody knocking on your door. Ain't nobody ain't nothing finna do that.
Exactly. We ain't finna save you. Y'all think we just was partners? We just cool? No. We all had to be funny for a nigga say we finna fuck with you.
Right. That's it.
Iron sharpens iron, put it together. It ain't just, oh shit,
if
I told you to get on Curve with Tour. You just a lucky ass nigga. No, nigga, I had to be funny.
You gotta be funny.
To do some shit.
You gotta be funny.
And if a nigga ain't doing it in these circles, niggas gonna talk to you before they stop fucking with you. And it ain't no thing. You gotta keep working.
But y'all putting in the 10,000 hours though. Y'all put that in though.
You gotta put in more than that shit.
Rita, my homie, and I be one like I don't just want her to work on a project. No. I got this shit together. It's moving. It got motion and legs before I come to her with her. But that's respect for her. That's respect for what she doing, where she at. I don't need to just, oh shit, I got a bright idea. Come with her and just try to ride
the coattail.
And that's how you get to that bigger level.
I mean, that's just with coming up, man, and being raised right and having integrity.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? That's really, and a lot of niggas just don't have it at the end of the day. They really expect for a handout. In a lot of instances, they expect for somebody to come knock on their door
entitled
and say, hey, take my hand and come on out here and I'm going to take you and I'm going to take you here and I'm going to take you there. That's the classic problem. And it ain't just Jackson. Like, again, it's Atlanta, it's Dallas, it's everywhere. Whoever is popping from whatever city doing whatever it is that they doing, motherfuckers going to always sit back and say, hey, this nigga could be doing this and this nigga could be doing that. Well, no, nigga, you could be doing this and this and this. And then you wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying, to worry about a motherfucker noticing what you doing, because a nigga would notice that you had some motion. And then Rita would call you herself and say, come get on this show.
Nigga,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or Crit will call you and say, come get on the show.
It ain't
Yeah.
like this just, he ain't spit out no garbage. The niggas who she see like that, she hitting them up.
They gotta see some niggas laugh.
Same thing with Kerwin.
Yeah.
And you working from right around here. What really, truth be told, whatever city them boys go to, it ain't like they got a. We first did it. I was the host. Now they a moving engine. When they go to the city, they bless somebody.
There you go. And that's how I go. And all of y'all could technically get together now. You and Rita and Merk and Kerwin, y'all could go on a Mississippi comedy tour and y'all could take that shit. Y'all could actually literally take that shit. DeMarco, some niggas finna rap.
Now that's real though.
Some niggas finna rap.
To piggyback, you know what I'm saying, off what you were talking about, like far as like, you know, people moving to Atlanta. Like that's the whole reason why I didn't move out there, because bringing the Bars of None show out to Atlanta when they got like 50,000
Oh, they all doing the same thing. All doing the same thing.
When I'm knowing like, okay, this market don't have this, it's an open lane for that shit. And I was,
yeah, and you highlighting people that wouldn't
otherwise which brought outside people to come to the platform.
That's how you know.
People from New York to come to Jackson and all these motherfuckers. Yeah, they coming down here. So it's and it's crazy because of the internet reach too on top of it, because I'm working it. But I didn't have to go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Now, because you work right. But you been told me that though. You been that's some old shit he been told me. You know what I'm saying? Personally,
you gotta learn how to work your platform.
Nowhere.
Yeah, you don't have to. You got the internet, man. Like you can do this, and you can reach thousands of motherfuckers just by doing this. You just have to motherfucking learn how to goddamn finesse the shit that you doing and get there, because everybody's trying to do their same thing. Everybody understands the algorithm now. Niggas is getting hip to, you know, how the algorithm works and how to work these different platforms. You got to figure out what's going to be unique to you. And not only just being unique, the main thing is being consistent. On social media, being consistent is probably the most important thing, because what niggas will do usually, because they not patient, because they grew up in this technology age, is when the shit don't happen fast. If the shit doesn't happen in 6 months, I'm finna fuck this shit. I'm gonna go do some other shit. Yep. And the thing that I found with people that have been successful here and successful anywhere, they kept doing the shit over and over again, constantly, over and over again, until the shit started building 1 fan at a time, 2 fans at a time, 3 times. Because niggas, for the most part, because niggas is niggas, and niggas is gonna wait to see if your shit popping. Niggas is niggas.
Niggas gonna
so
niggas
is niggas. So
I like that shit. Niggas is niggas.
Niggas is niggas.
Yeah. No did it. I love niggas.
So niggas is gonna sit back just to see if you gonna stick with it.
Yep.
They gonna sit back just to see if you gonna stick with this shit long enough for me to fuck with it, because they see so many people do that flash in the pan shit and do an idea and then pull off of it because it ain't working. Most of the time they be waiting to see if you gonna be real about it before they give you their support. Because most niggas, when shit don't happen in 6 months, they like, man, fuck this shit. Or they doing an event, you know what I'm saying? Just say you was throwing a comedy event or doing some shit, or like Rita was doing, you know what I'm saying, the workout room. The workout room didn't pop off the first couple of weeks she started doing that shit. That shit started growing and it started building. Or I use the example that I always use, the motherfucker who's probably one of the greatest ever of all time at using social media, Dear Silas. All he did was just consistently continue to put his product out. And even with I Ain't Stressing, you know, he had people inboxing him and coming under the post all the time talking about, man, why you keep posting this same song? Why you keep posting this same shit over and over and over and over and over again? It'd be a few people sprinkled in there when it first started. But y'all see, he worked that shit consistently for a year.
And niggas
still really consistently working.
And it's still going.
And it's still going. But you have to do it because it takes time for that shit to saturate to everybody. People think that if 6 months, if I hadn't gone viral, and if all the niggas in my city ain't fucking with this shit, they thinking that this ain't the one. The problem is, it's so much shit on the internet. Social media is so inundated with shit. You have to consistently have your shit to pop up so motherfuckers can really just see that you there.
That's you tell me that all the time.
You can take one song and do 6, 7, 8 different motherfucking scenes for that same song or that same hook and do it on different shit and just continuously keep motherfucking feeding the algorithm with this shit over and over again, and eventually motherfuckers is gonna fuck with it. But you have to have the patience and the temerity to be able to stick with it, and a lot of young niggas don't have patience because they expect everything to happen so fast. So, you know, the instant gratification that they expect has, you know, probably cut off a lot of motherfuckers who could be great. It's probably cut them off at the knees because they was trying to motherfucking do shit fast. Like now, everybody done figured out I can get a check from Facebook. So now everybody that on they post now, everybody wild. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That shit got nigga wild for
real. I mean, nah, they not, and they not pissed off. They not controversial. They just trying to say shit so they can motherfucking make their post go so they can get that easy little Facebook check.
Yeah.
But you know, some niggas try that shit every day and the shit don't work. And then after a while, they just go back to doing what they doing. If you finna double down and just say some dumb shit every day to get motherfuckers engaged with you, which motherfuckers like to engage with dumb shit, then you could do it. You know what I'm saying? You can do it. But most times, when
that's exactly what they doing.
There's more dumb shit out here on the internet.
I swear it is.
Yeah, though I said they getting paid on that shit, man. That shit
getting paid. So most of the posts that I see when niggas are saying some dumb shit, and it could be anything. I could probably run down 100 things niggas say. If you see some shit and you be like, God damn, that's dumb as fuck. They did it on purpose, probably for the most part.
Yeah.
Just so motherfuckers can react with the post, because you gotta get likes, you gotta get shares, and you gotta get comments on the post. All that goes in on you being able to get paid on these Facebook posts.
Sense.
So they trying to do. That's why niggas is doing the check the comments at the bottom of shit now. Because if you go to check the comments, that's making motherfuckers go into your comment section, and that's giving you the engagement you need to get your money.
That you need. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so that's why niggas is doing that shit these days. Like, you got to be a student of this game. And one of the things, you know, I learned that I had to reinvent myself and rebrand myself. And I had to learn and I had to motherfucking evolve, because, you know, species that do not evolve, they perish. So you have to learn how to continue. Just because I've been around for a certain amount of time, there was no social media when I started doing this shit. I had to go motherfucking shake hands and kiss babies with program directors all over the state. I had to drive to these cities. I had to shake these niggas' hands in person. I had to go to them. I had to goddamn put the flyers on shit. I had to motherfucking, it wasn't no email. Really, literally. I'm talking about the 90s. It ain't been that long that we have been in this age. It ain't been that long.
You right,
so I'm talking about a time where it wasn't emails and it wasn't no, you know, I can just motherfucking FaceTime this nigga and do this shit. I had to get in my car and I had to go drive to these places, and I had to call and hope that I could get an appointment with the nigga. And in some instances, I had to motherfucking drive 2-3 hours, and I didn't know if the nigga was gonna be there when I got there.
That's real shit.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's real.
And then I had to talk to whoever the fuck was there and try to convince them to goddamn either try to get the nigga on the phone or go to their house. I had to do that a lot of times in these small towns where they had these small time program directors at these stations. Or I had to go to these mom and pop shops when people were still, you know what I'm saying, JJ's Music Mark and Sound of Sounds and all these places that I had to go to motherfucking go take my record and do consignment, you know what I'm saying? And had to go drive to all the bebops in the state to go deliver my shit. You know, when bebop had the Starkville, had Vicksburg, had the Coast, and had here before they closed down, I had to drive to all of those bebops to take my product to them. You know, bebop was one of the first places I got one of my biggest consignment checks, but I had to drive through the motherfucking state to get that shit. Now, you can just send that shit to motherfuckers. Now you got the streaming service. Now you got all this shit. So motherfuckers really, to me, can't complain because you have so much shit at your disposal these days. You have the wherewithal to be able to do shit that we were not able to do. So in doing shit on that end, I had to learn. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting there just like everybody else when MySpace happened. And I'm looking at this nigga Soulja Boy in Batesville, Mississippi, and I saw what the fuck he was doing. Even then, in my head, I was like, okay, yeah, I see what he's doing, but I ain't really gotta worry about that right now. I'm gonna do this shit like I'm doing it. And then the nigga kept doing what he was doing, and then eventually you learn, I don't look at shit no more and be like, oh, I ain't gotta do that or whatever. Yeah. So now I'm looking at shit now whenever I see something new, I'm getting on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Ahead, because the paradigm shifts for everything. Every 3 to 5 years, the paradigm shifts. And in a second, the shit that niggas is doing on the internet right now, in 3 years, is going to be different. So you got to get on the next thing. So now we got AI, we got ChatGPT, we got all these things that exist now, man, that are part of this. And niggas is like, oh, the robot's going to do this. And, you know, the niggas get on there with conspiracy theories and shit. And I was like, okay, nigga, we can't do the conspiracy theory shit. We got to learn how to get motherfuckers in here that can actually figure this shit out and work it so they can let black folks understand how this shit works, because it ain't a matter of when, you know, it ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's going to happen. Yep. So niggas spend a lot of time being skeptical and cynical about shit all the time. And then we end up getting
it's already going now, because we use AI now. I'm using AI now. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So I'm using it now. So,
someone with an idea, ask AI a question about it.
But yeah, but not even just that, on a lot of programs. You know what I'm saying? Editing software, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? How TV working now. Like, it's programs that I'm using to try to get ahead, to know what the fuck going on. Yeah. So like utilizing it, not just trying to, like he said, conspiracy theory. And
you gonna use it, or it's gonna use you.
It's quick to jump to conspiracy theories anyway. That's the first thing they think about.
I mean, that's what niggas do. That's what, and it's not just niggas, but human beings do that shit, period.
Human nature.
You know what I'm saying?
Something
that's a nigga nature.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, and I speak about us because I speak about black folks more importantly than anything, because I love my people. So when I speak about things, I speak about things in terms of what's, you know, affecting us in our community, because the other community does not have the issues and the problems and the things that we got to deal with.
So we're near it.
Yeah, so, you know, when I say that, but that's everybody. Anytime something is not understood, then the first thing I'm gonna do is try to figure out a reation why it exists.
Come up with anything.
Like it exists.
Come up with anything.
That's the same. You know, when I see niggas, the only reason, you know, my shit ain't pop, man, is because I didn't go to them Diddy parties. You know what I'm saying? They not going.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Well,
get.
I didn't go to a Diddy party first.
Yeah,
I didn't. Not even trying to talk.
See, they can't get me. They can't get me because I won't get down with the boule. They can't get me. That's why my music ain't circulating. No, nigga, your music sucks.
Well,
your shit is whack.
Yeah.
And that's why niggas is not fucking with your shit. Don't try to motherfucker put. I saw, because this nigga pissing me off so bad I had him on to punch him in the face. But Corey Holcomb, you know, your comedian partner. That's why I don't really fuck with him. Like him and Aries Spears. Them two.
I don't fuck with Aries. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you why.
Well, I'll let you tell the story in a second. But the reason why, because they the two, goddamn it, if it wasn't for this and this niggas I done never seen. Corey Holcomb's like, this is the reason why I don't get none of the roles in Hollywood, because I won't go to the parties.
Well dressed.
And Aries Spears is, I done got to get out a whole bunch of roles because I didn't want to go to the, no, nigga, y'all not making the moves. Y'all funny to a degree, but these niggas is working. So you have, as a man, which is really, to me, it's disgusting to watch as a man, watching other men sit there and try to come up with all these excuses as to why they have not done some shit. Take accountability for your career and take accountability for some of the shit that you decided not to do, some of the conversations that you decided not to have. These niggas is not out here winning because they let somebody goddamn oil them up at a goddamn Diddy party. That's not the reason why these niggas is winning. It is some niggas getting oiled up at a party, but these niggas ain't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. We watched all these niggas come from the grind and start from here and get to this point, XYZ, and now you want to cheapen their success and cheapen their achievements by saying the only reason they got it is because they let a nigga oil them up at a Diddy party. Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
Don't take from them.
Don't take away from people's success like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't take away from people's success like that at the end of the day. And that's what a lot of people try to do, and that's what a lot of people try to do with the Cat Williams interview, because people, for the most part, people hate people who are successful. A lot of people who are not secure in themselves, they hate successful people, and they hate people that are willing to do the work. So I have to come up with a reason why this person is successful over me. And the best thing I can come up with is they went to a party and let some niggas fill out on them and get the baby oil treatment, and they went to the Diddy party and did XYZ. That shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing in the world.
I ain't got no opinion in the matter, but I don't bring that shit up to say shit about nothing. I don't give a damn about it.
But yeah, so your Aries Spears story though.
All right, well, it ain't really much of a story. It's the thing is, and as a comic, you know, a comedian in this game who really to work with, I'm trying to work. You feel me? I work with whoever. Nothing. Definitely, I don't got nothing with Corey. I don't work with Corey. Corey was cool as fuck. But I know for a fact when Aries came to Chuckles here, he specifically said he did not want a black comedian to open up for him. Yeah, and that's what fucked me up.
What?
Like, I don't even know you. I ain't get a chance to meet you. And guess who you think Chuckles called to get a white comedian?
You.
Who the fuck else they gonna call, right?
Right.
Nigga, how you come to 85% black city?
This
the blackest city in the country. This is the blackest city in the country.
That made me start watching how bro moved. Because I wasn't like, Shit, before that, the nigga was funny to me. He good impersonation making that nigga.
He does. He has some talent. And Corey has some talent. But talent alone, does not absolve you from being a fuck nigga.
Yeah, and then so character. Now I'm on your character, and I don't even fucking know you. I could give a shit about your character, but when I see nigga, you done came to an 85, shit, probably 90% black place.
Right now, it's possible, yeah.
You feel me? So,
That's
and
crazy.
then said that shit, and then like, nigga, you came to a black-owned club.
Mm-hmm.
How you think you gonna find a white comedian for you? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's
I ain't even
unfortunate
heard no
because shit,
white
I'd
comedian
have
come
told the
there and
nigga, you know what, we gonna goddamn rescind this booking, nigga. You can't come. But I know they couldn't do that at the time because they was trying to put some butts in the seats. But it's shit like that. Like character is important, man. Integrity is important. And I really don't give a fuck how talented you are or how much money that you have.
asshole,
You know what I'm saying? If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Asshole trumps everything.
Don't nothing take that off you, man.
That shit fuck up the business, man.
No
It does. Your money.
It does. It does.
And that's the one thing I can say about Jackson. Well, it used to be because it's not like that now because we got a city full of dick riders now. But it
Well, shit don't move unless it's a dick rider. Like niggas be talented and motherfuckers looking past it because it's who dick you gonna ride.
Yep.
We used to be this like I come from a generation in the city, man. We are the niggas that chased E-Love, LL Cool J's hype man. We are the city that chased E-Love across the parking lot at the Coliseum and chased that nigga and made him and shot that nigga in the ass because he was trying to run.
Well,
Well, I mean, you got the man.
Damn, break
man
that
was in
down.
that.
Hold on, you can't go over there. What happened?
Look, I said the man was in them.
Yeah, hold up.
So when LL Cool J came out with that first album, he had on that red and black tracksuit on the album, and he doing this on the album. And motherfuckers thought this nigga was a vice lord.
Yeah.
Because at the time, when I'm coming up in the 80s in Jackson and shit, man, it was gang shit. The gang shit started popping off. 85, 86, like you was gonna be either vice lord or you was gonna be folk. You know what I'm saying? And you had to be cool with one of the two. It wasn't wearing no colors. You couldn't wear your hat tilted. None of that shit. Like niggas, colors had just been in the theater at that point, nigga, and niggas was super gangbangers at that time. I'm talking about when I was in Chastain.
Right, exactly.
Niggas was super.
I had to re-get my earring done behind this shit.
Yeah, and I'm at motherfucking Chastain in 84, 85, and I'm talking about them niggas, goddamn it, they was in that motherfucking banging every day. Goddamn it, niggas was getting sent home. It was Vice Lord niggas that was coming from the goddamn north side and coming from Tougaloo that was coming to Chastain. And you had the motherfucking folk niggas that was coming from goddamn around Ghost Town over there. And they was coming to Chastain. Yeah, in addition. And them motherfuckers was banging every goddamn day. This is 84, 85. This was before the nigga, the first fatality when the nigga got killed in the Jackson Mall parking lot in 86 when the nigga got killed. And then shit got super duper serious after that. But until then, it was kind of like, we see some shit on the movies. And we gang banging and we gonna fight at the party and shit, that kind of shit, boom, boom. Then the nigga got shot and killed in 86.
It changed.
And then shit changed and shit was like, these niggas is going
That's
to war.
what we on.
They came serious. So, he came here and he was sitting around and niggas was just intent on believing that LL was a vice lord. He didn't have no goddamn idea about none of that shit.
They ain't even got vice lords in New York.
So, niggas is floating around and shit, man, and niggas got to talking shit. Jackson niggas would talk shit to niggas. Like, we didn't let niggas come into town. We was talking shit to niggas. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't give a fuck who it was. I remember.
Who else got shot? I ain't not got shot. Who else did? I heard something happened. Did Too Short get in something down here?
No, Too Short got niggas from here. Too Short was real cool with Sir Cap. Shout out to Sir Cap. He was in Too Short that took Mississippi Mafia on tour with him.
Oh, damn.
Master P, right?
Master P on Wood Street. Didn't something happen to him?
So Master P some shit over there, 20 to Life. This group called 20 to Life that was on Rap a Lot. Motherfuckers chased them and robbed them.
Who you is in Jackson?
No, there was a time we didn't give a fuck who you was. There was a time.
Not anymore.
But now these niggas will take sides with a motherfucking outside nigga over Jackson niggas instantly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's a lot of dick riders in the city, but that's because of this is the climate that we in. We're in the social media world right now. So now, niggas coming to the city all the time and say fuck shit about Jackson. Just like I look at the niggas that let Deion say the fuck shit that he said. Yeah. They let him say some fuck shit, and niggas is still on his motherfucking jock. Like, I don't give a fuck. You a Hall of Famer. I don't give a fuck. You one of the greatest athletes in the world, and you are. And you did come here and you won two championships. But when you was walking out the door, when you could have just said, thank y'all, I'm gone on to my next thing. And Jackson State had said, we appreciate what you did. You walked out the motherfucking door taking shots, backing out the door on your 2 toes, backing out the door, taking shots at niggas.
On
you know
the
what I'm
2
saying?
toes.
Lying. Getting on the TV, you know, getting in the pool. When you at the hotel that's got water, you out in Flowood at the hotel that's got water, you getting in the pool on camera like I got to take a bath in the pool. And your hotel got water because you in Rankin County, nigga. But you putting on the show for niggas. You're telling motherfuckers that niggas have stole money from you and they owe you money. You did
Stole
this,
your
you
car,
did
your
that,
radio.
and did all that kind of shit, man. And like, I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not gonna come here and talk down on the city. I'm not gonna let you do it because you know motherfuckers here work hard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got love for this city, and you're just not gonna do it. And I don't care who you are or how big you are, but you know, just watch niggas ride that nigga's jock. I know it's prime time with Deion Sanders, but that does not absolve him from being a fuck nigga. Money and fame does not absolve you from being a fuck nigga when it comes to you talking about my city. Now, if we got shit that we got going on here, that's a conversation we can have. We can have conversations about politics. We can have conversations about crime. All that shit is conversations that's got to happen because we got problems. But these are what I call internal, in-house conversations. These are conversations that we huddle up in the house and we have these conversations on how to fix shit. Not in front of the world, not for the rest of the world to see, not for the rest of the world to see you get on social media and talk bad about Jackson, the place that you live, the place where you earn your check, where your kids are raised. It ain't no way in the world that I'm gonna lay my head and talk down about a place where I lay my motherfucking head and make my money at. There's no way I'm gonna do that. Not to the public. These can be internal conversations, but not to the public, man. My daddy told me something a long time ago, and he said, son, you got to learn to play with the uniform that you issued. And I didn't know what that meant at the time, but he was like, look, you know, you come in, you know, the locker room, first day of practice, you make the team, coach gonna give you a uniform. You know, you put that motherfucker on and you play with it. Don't say, you know, coach, if it's a little snug, coach, or I don't like the color, or I don't like my number. None of that shit matters. Put the motherfucking uniform on and you play, and you make motherfuckers recognize that motherfucking number and that uniform that you playing in. Jackson is the city that I was born in. It's the city that I raised my kids in. It's the city that make my money in, that I ride for, and nothing is going to make me turn against it. It was the uniform that I was issued by God for me to be here. So ain't no way I'm going to ever turn my back on it or forsake it because I'm going to make motherfuckers fuck with this goddamn uniform. I'm gonna make them fuck with this city by hook or by crook. I'm not gonna go no place else. We don't need nobody else to help us to do shit. We can do it ourselves. Like this is, you know, it's like playing spades. You get your hand. You play the hand that you goddamn dealt. So this is the hand that we dealt. So we gonna either learn how to take it and make this shit into something, or we gonna forever be pontificating about what we can do, or we gonna forever be looking to other motherfuckers to goddamn try to shape for us what it is that we gonna do at the end of the day, man. Be proud of what the fuck you are. And sure, it's issues and problems, man, but that ain't for the rest of the world to motherfucking worry about. We don't hear white folks get on the internet every day talking about what the problems are in their community or in their party and all that kind of shit. That's us having these public ass conversations, telling motherfuckers what we gonna do and telling motherfuckers our plans and telling motherfuckers what we need to do to unify to do X, Y, Z. White folk don't do that shit at all whatsoever. They conversations take place in private, and then you see the execution of those plans. When you see shit happening, the shit is already sprung on you, and then we are trying to react to what the fuck it is that they're doing instead of being proactive in and of ourselves. These conversations need to be taking place, but get that shit off social media and trying to do shit so motherfuckers can see you, because niggas want to be seen a whole lot.
All the time.
That's part of our issue. Niggas want to be seen and they want to be known and they want their name to be known. And that's the biggest motherfucking downfall to all this shit, because we constantly goddamn it show what we playing with and what we playing with all the time. So that allows the enemy to be able to prepare for you in every, you know, fashion and form that it can be done. So when you see shit happen in our community, you be like, damn, that shit, man, was so good. It could have been this and it could have been that. Nigga had a great plan, but it got thwarted. Well, he started talking too much. And the enemy saw what he was doing, and the enemy was able to formulate a plan to thwart that shit. They don't want anything good to prosper in our community. So you have to know right off the top that you can't just motherfucking put that shit out there and expect that shit to prosper without some type of, you know, dissent happening in the world. We got to be smarter than that.
That's what was going on. I ain't never even really think of, like, you know, I'm looking at social media. I ain't really think too deep into what was going on. I think, like, now your ass in the Jacktown.
Right. Uh-huh.
But then I really ain't think about the fact that you didn't have to go on social media with this shit.
Yeah, you didn't.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And, so in my mind, until you just said it like that, because I'm thinking like, shit, if you carry your ass to Atlanta or California, they break in car like a motherfucker in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, niggas is leaving their car doors open and putting their windows down. On purpose
so
in Atlanta so you won't steal their shit.
Absolutely.
So, you know.
Let me go and roll that down for you.
Ain't shit in here you can get.
Yeah, and they'll move on to the next car because otherwise they gonna break your shit. But they got the little motherfucking thing now. They in that motherfucker boom boom, and they gone on your shit in less than 2 minutes.
So that's how I really was looking at that incident. But the other stuff about the water and things like that, I guess, especially when it ain't not like we looking for a handout, but you're in this motherfucker making money. I think you could do something about it.
I mean, Jackson State offered him a job when nobody else would. We gave him the opportunity.
A college job.
We gave him the opportunity to put something on his resume that allowed him to get the job that he has in Colorado. And we've always been benevolent, you know, as a Jackson State University grad. We've always been benevolent in the shit that we have been able to put out into the world and the products that we have produced. So he came here. And, you know, it was a favor for a favor. We're giving you something that you need because we know that you're going to the next level. You're going to give us a couple of championships. Mm-hmm. You're going to, you know, help to bring a little bit of national attention to us that we haven't already gotten for ourselves. Because truth be told, like I tell motherfuckers all the time, motherfuckers already knew about Jackson State and the boom already. We didn't need your assistance to do shit, nigga. We didn't need that. We wanted them. You know what I'm saying? We one of them ones already. Yeah, as far as HBCUs is concerned. And we have the greatest band on the planet.
Around.
And I'm not talking about just HBCU. I'm talking about when you talk to people about what is the greatest college band that exists, they're going to say,
we finna go listen to the Michigan Wolverine band or the old
They done been to the White House.
They done been to the White House. So a lot of that shit we didn't need. So at the end of the day, for me, like I said, it's an integrity issue. It's a character issue. And, you know, all you got to do is just walk out the door and be like, hey, man, I appreciate the opportunity, Jackson State. Thank you. I'm moving on to my next thing. When they ask you questions, just say, hey, Jackson State rolled out the carpet. They did what they did. I appreciate it. Let's talk about Colorado. But no, you spent 20, 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, on this other motherfucking bullshit. And I can't respect that because you didn't have to do it at all whatsoever. And again, I don't care. I don't care who it is. It doesn't matter to me, man. You're just not going to talk down on the city like that.
You finna.
Well, here go one thing about it though. It just worked a funny way with the internet. If you talk good or talk bad, it's gonna get you more notoriety. Them players still saying. I just saw an interview with Travis Hunter. Mm-hmm. He said, "Well, you know, I was at Jack State. We should do it for 2 years, so you know,
they loved it. Now, you know, as far as them niggas is concerned, them niggas love it because the experience that you gonna get,
right."
Being on the, and I'm not talking about an HBCU. I'm talking about the Jackson State experience.
The campus.
So when you're talking about the Jackson State experience, you're not gonna get that anywhere on the face of the planet.
BET was coming.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah,
and the teacher sitting out on the yard.
106 and Paul.
Yeah.
All of that. Hits from the street. Hits from the streets is on
there. Man, I forgot about hits.
Hits from the street.
The teacher sitting out on the yard with you, looking at the damn band and everything. Took all them.
Yeah,
it was coming down here.
Yeah. So I mean, we have been worthy. We don't need anybody to validate us and tell people all the time. We don't need that. Jackson, Mississippi has been worthy. We are worthy. We got problems just like anybody else. But, you know, music-wise, I've traveled the entire world. I've traveled the country. And niggas are not fucking with niggas from Jackson, Mississippi.
Bro, listen right now,
We are better. We are better on stage. We better lyrically. We better music-wise than all of these other niggas, period.
That shit all the time.
There it is. Some niggas finna rap.
But
I said this shit all the time.
Just made a statement. He was like, bro, y'all be doing some dick riding. Because these niggas in Jackson for the last few years and have better albums than these niggas y'all talking about the whole time.
In the industry,
I'm not gonna lie.
It's unfortunate, man. And Kenyon does do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I watched his matriculation, and I watched him grow in what it was he was doing from being an artist and assembling the people around him and being driven in what it is he's doing, and the platform that he is providing is a fantastic one because it's giving a platform for people to be able to see what this art form is supposed to be about in its rawest form. Okay, so it exposes all the good and it exposes all the bad at the end of the day. So we know, again, at the end of the day, and I gotta always say it's always good and it's always bad because some of these niggas are trash and some of them are.
That's why I'm glad you got a trash can and a flame. So
well, you know,
they'll gonna do that shit.
It's funny because A few niggas did get some trash cans. There was some motherfuckers that was on there, and I remember a couple in particular that got trash cans on there. But I don't get nobody.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
okay,
For me,
okay,
when I see a nigga do his shit and I read the comments and shit, you know, what do I know? Because you know, I don't know. Because you know, some of you niggas is putting flames under this nigga, and I thought the nigga was trash. But you know, maybe
flames, cause maybe I don't even want. Y'all gave me flames. Take the shit back.
Yeah, maybe he good. Maybe it's something I'm not hearing. It might not be for me.
Right.
So let me just scroll on and go ahead and do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So I let them to, you know, I'm judge. I hold myself, you know what I'm saying, to a much higher standard.
Right.
And I tell everybody all the time, I'm not going to make any bones about this, and it's already documented. I am the greatest MC that has ever been produced in these 82 counties, period, bar none. I am the greatest MC that Mississippi has ever produced line for line, and I'm going to stand on that. And I don't say it often because I don't want to go into no long back and forth with people. But I have the lines. Don DeMarco. There it is. There it is.
Big dog, you know,
he said I have the line.
I put you in the category. I consider you our Big Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? As far as, like you said, Big Mike can switch it up from where he started from to where he is now. I look at you in that same...
You talking about Big Mike or Killer Mike?
Killer Mike. I'm
Killer
sorry.
Mike.
Killer
But
Mike.
shouts out to Big Mike though.
Big
Mike was doing this shit too now. I'm finna say shit. You heard Big Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Big Mike was the truth too now.
Now Big Mike legendary for that era and time frame. Nigga, that's why I was like, hold up, they took another status.
Hey, niggas that was on that Rap a Lot shit in the classic stage, man. Big Mike was doing that shit. And then when they put Big Mike in the Ghetto Boys, when he came in there, he did his shit. So you know, when you said that, I was like, shit, I'm fucking with that too. I fuck with that.
Killer Mike.
That ain't no problem.
Killer Mike.
That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem.
Hold up, see, cause like now, nigga. Okay, so I got respect for Killer Mike. I see now when you say Killer Mike.
Yeah, that's what I see. Hey, I see that.
And with the respect I got for Killer Mike, shit. I don't think Killer Mike is the legend that Big Mike is in my lifetime.
You're right.
I mean, in the totality, it just depends on who you talk to. It depends on who you talk to.
Shout out to Killer Mike. He got a dope ass project right now. Now I get what you're saying because you can.
He had the album. He had the album of the year. He had the album of the year.
He's our Killer Mike.
It ain't no doubt. He had the album of the year.
And then one of the mics. Yeah. But he came through in that same era where during that time, well, we're gonna say Killer Mike had that album. I was listening to the other music coming out. I ain't gonna name they legends. It was the Up Echelon, the Drakes, and the K-Dots. I was listening to Mississippi niggas. I was listening to
I feel like, you know,
Tricky Hustle and Coke Boom.
Two Broke the Ball got to be like one of the greatest.
Nigga, that's a if that shit could be known nationally, you get them mics.
Do you feel if it was on the source, that's 5 mics. That's 5 mics for real.
Of course,
that's 5 mics for real.
I was listening to these niggas with Crooked Lettaz, nigga. That album. I still listen to them motherfucking songs.
Bro, listen.
Them some legendary ass. Firewater.
I knew it.
Nigga.
We had classics, man. I mean, that Gray Skies album was probably about 20 years ahead of its time. I tell people all the time. It was way, you know, the shit we did on that album, bro, like some of that shit is coming to fruition right now. Like we was so far ahead of the curve and what we was doing. That's why motherfuckers really didn't. Outside of Get Crunk, of course, because we made some jamming ass records. But outside in this totality,
I'm playing that shit
you know, being able to mix it up. You know, in our time, you had to be able to do everything. Like you had to be able to jam, but you also had to be able to rap and you had to be able to talk about some shit too at the same time.
That's what you don't get no pass
to.
It ain't like
he just, bro, it ain't even been an hour. You just said this,
that's
bro.
what I said. Like you gotta do both, man. Like that era y'all came out in, like think about it, like Crooked Lettaz, then you got Goody Mob, then you got Outkast.
So that's the South.
You got,
and the South was making a movement overall.
You got all this shit.
The South was making a movement overall, and if it weren't for y'all, we really don't even have no name in hip hop.
Pretty much.
We don't.
I mean, I gotta say, you know, shouts out to Wildlife Society. They were the first.
Yeah, Wildlife.
So I always get them the props, man. You know, Mellow T and Rated X and Howie and Sleepy. Like, I gotta get them props because they was the first niggas on a national scale to get out here and do that shit. Now, you know, Gray Skies and Crooked Lettaz might have introduced, you know, us, Mississippi, to the hip hop world in general, but them niggas was doing shit on a very, very high level. Like Irv Gotti came down here and plucked them niggas out of Jackson.
Did not know that.
You know what I'm saying? Like they were on TVT, and they were on TVT, you know, at a time when they was blossoming and had a bunch of niggas on that motherfucking label when it was first TVT Interscope was first coming together. Irv Gotti came and got them niggas. And it's like a lot of motherfuckers don't know that. So they paved the way and they opened up the floodgates for us to be able to go in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, we were hanging out with each other at the time and we saw the vision of what was happening, man. And we went in there and put that record together. And then the next thing you know, boom, 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 the rest of they say is history. And then, you know, of course.
That was y'all first record?
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't our first song. That wasn't our first demos. But that was our first
record together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then look what David Banner ended up going on.
Yeah. So all of that, you know what I'm saying, you know, Crooked Lettaz, I see it is the ground zero, the architect, the building block that built all of this shit. All of this shit that is happening right now was built on the backs of Crooked Lettaz.
Yeah,
the people that set the foundation.
Yeah, it made a,
you know what I'm saying, for that shit at the end of the day.
Where I think Boo and Queen boys could go through stuff like that.
Yeah, Boo, that era right there was crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And Boo with the
way for Luck to be able to do it.
Yep.
You know,
all the shit is connected. When you talk about Luck and then Benz and then go to Boo and then go, I mean, all this shit is like a big ass motherfucking family tree. You know, Savvy and Gutter come from the Crooked Lettaz, you know, arm because, you know, shit, you know what I'm saying? Savvy was in the driveway watching, Savvy and Twa was in the driveway watching me and Banner, you know, rehearse our show. You know what I'm saying? On the street.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Benz was 2 doors down and he would come down there and watch us. The 601 Players was on the next street over when we was goddamn out there. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all of this shit is connected in a certain way to get to where we at right now. So,
so
it's
all
a
y'all
lot.
was right there to...
Indirectly, directly, or indirectly,
what
everybody was together.
No, the Queen was
I grew up on the north side, but this is on Queens, on Maddox Ave, and Banner was the second house down, and then Twa and Savvy was a house over. Benz was down the street. 601 Players was on the next street over.
Seeing this shit,
you know what I'm saying? And this is just
coming back.
You know what I'm saying? This shit is, you know, this shit is in the Queen. But then, you know, on the north side niggas was doing their shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On the north side, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Them niggas like us. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Them niggas was hard. So everybody
man.
was connected in some kind of way through something. You know what I'm saying? And we'd end up in places and doing music and shit together. You know what I'm saying? And all this shit comes to before when, you know, Donnie Money and all them niggas was doing shit at the UG at the Underground, the Starsky Red and all them niggas back in the motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? When niggas was, you know, them niggas was actually putting the money up for motherfuckers to be able to do shit to go even do the shows that we was doing at the Chateau across from Tougaloo or at Inez's or at the UG, a lot of these other places and shit, man. Donnie Money and Starsky Red, they kind of motherfucking funded the foundation of hip hop in this city. You know what I'm saying? Because they was some niggas. They was the niggas at the time. They had bread, so they was the motherfucker that was. They was the motherfuckers that was bringing shows here. Like the reason why a lot of motherfuckers fuck with us is because Donnie Money and Starsky Red was motherfucking bringing rap a lot. They was bringing motherfucking Master P. They was bringing all these niggas into town. That's how we was getting to see these niggas in these places. You know them.
Shout out to
you know, Finesse, DJ Finesse, Chris Carr was bringing them up. The first time I saw both Cash Money and No Limit, when they was goddamn it in their infancy and they was going out on the road and you used to get everybody in the clique. The first 2 times I saw them, Finesse was the motherfuckers that brought them here. You know what I'm saying? The club that's on Northview right now. That's the gay club now.
Oh,
Shade. Yeah, that's on Northview. Yeah, but you know, you dating yourself. But anyway, that Chris Carr had that building that was called the Industry, man. He brought the whole No Limit camp. And I'm talking about I'm talking about when it's Master P and Sonya C.
Silk and all them.
Master P, Sonya C, when his wife was rapping, he brought her. Then it was motherfucking Silk, and it was C Murder, and the first niggas that was on No Limit. When Cash Money came, they brought motherfucking, it was UNLV.
Oh, yeah.
And they had motherfucking BG, and they had Wayne when they was the BGs together.
Yeah.
They had Juvenile, and then they had a couple of other motherfuckers that was on that label at the time that was at the beginning of Cash Money. And when you booked them niggas, you got the whole clique. So the whole camp would come and they do their show. That's one of the reasons why they shit worked. Because everywhere they was going at the time, they was taking everybody with them. So you had to see the whole fucking camp. So when we get ready to motherfucking put these records out, nigga, you finna fuck with all these niggas. Because you gonna see all these niggas. Them niggas was smart and they had the plan. That's some shit that worked. That's niggas who proactively had a plan and said, this is what we do. And it's the same shit that we could do here. You know what I'm saying? But niggas just got to get out their own way to be able to do it. Because we could do the same shit and go and say, okay, now you see all of this shit collectively. Now we finna motherfucking give you these motherfucking records. And we finna go boom, 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 boom and give you this shit. And you gonna fuck with all the shit. Then we can go out on the road, because where you going to get your money these days is on the road. You go out on the motherfucking road and you do these shows and niggas motherfucking book these packages. But way back then, you know, Finesse, Starsky Red, fucking Donnie Money, the motherfuckers were doing their shit. They had the blueprint for motherfucking bringing niggas into town, man. So we got a rich enough history in this city, man. If motherfuckers understand it, and if motherfuckers are really goddamn want to learn, then they can know. Ain't no need for you to feel inferior about coming from here. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the birthplace of America's music. And a lot of this shit that's happening around here, man, is coming from here, man. But, you know, you grow up and you wake up every day and you hear motherfuckers talk bad about Mississippi, and you grow up having motherfuckers tell you that you ain't shit. You're going to begin to believe that you ain't shit after a while. So most niggas come up in Jackson, Mississippi, and they've been told that so much, and they see it so much, and they hear the news say it so much, that when they go out someplace else, they don't do shit but just repeat it.
That's it.
They repeat that I'm inferior because I've been told that I'm inferior all my motherfucking life.
That's what got that cloud over this.
And you know what I'm saying? And nothing positive has been reinforced to these kids. They just hearing negative shit all the time. So what you think you're gonna get when you take negative and put it up against negative? It's gonna grow into an either
negative.
It's gonna get to a negative ball. It's gonna get a negative,
negative, positive, positive.
It's a virus, man. At the end of the day, man, and we got to stop doing it. So somebody,
absolutely. So at least we all know that this out here over the whole. We got to change it.
Yeah.
So I got a question, because you've been dropping jewels.
Yeah.
Like I'm on the Goonies. I love what you're putting together, man, how you even looking at it. So here's one of my questions, and we've had somebody recently on here, Kayla Thompson, who was just talking about
I saw that.
Entertainment here. What's some things you think we could do to kind of get that cloud? Or like I'm into live art, so what like things like that, Jubilee Jam, how we had that. What's some things you think we could do to get some vibes like that back here?
We got to just keep doing what we're doing. I'm looking at a generation of creatives now, man, that are probably more talented than we've ever had in this city. This crop of, you know, comedians and this crop of rappers and this crop of producers, and it's no disrespect to anybody else. This is the most talented generation of niggas I've ever seen. These niggas are really good. And I mean like legitimately good, not just me saying that. There you go.
I wrote a button out today.
There you go.
If we go to like the $40
on a national level too.
On a national level.
Yeah.
And competitive on a national level. You just got to keep doing what you're doing. It's not for the lack of talent. The only thing that I tell people is just make sure that you know the business. You know, and I was just talking to, you know, a bunch of artists on a Zoom that we were having with this cohort class, and they, you know, asking about things about the music business. But the one thing that I want for people that come out of Mississippi, I want for us to know the business better than anybody else. Because outside of us being told that we're inferior to everybody, we're also being told that Mississippi motherfuckers are dumb. They stupid. Slow. They don't know shit. They slow. And that is a thought process that still to this day, when you run into people that have never been here, they assume that because you're from Mississippi that you're slow. So, you know, I try to make sure that niggas is on top of their business and learn the business, whether it's comedians, artists, creators, whoever it is, know your paperwork, get somebody to look at your paperwork, read, study, ask questions, research. So when that opportunity does come, when that talent that you have meets an opportunity and you sitting at that big table, I want to make sure that you know what the fuck it is that you're talking about. And that's just very simple, because we got a lot of talented people, but I have seen talented people from this city that I know of, and we're not going to talk about it here, but I done seen them get to that big board table and get in there and get their ass ran over and ran out. Because they didn't know what the fuck they was talking about. And I don't know what they looked at or what they thought was going to happen or whatever the case is, but they didn't have their shit together. You know what I'm saying? They hadn't retained an attorney. They didn't have, copyright shit together. They didn't have their publishing shit together. They hadn't had the proper conversations for doing shit, copywriting jokes or making sure that you got the right agent, making sure that you got the right booking manager, making sure that you got all your shit in place, man, because there's another level to this shit outside of the creative process. And creatives here, I want creatives to know that you you need to be able to take care of your business. You need to be on top of your shit. Read, Google, research, ask somebody that's been at that table before who can tell you how to do shit. Retain you somebody that can help you to read those contracts. Retain somebody to help you get your business together so that when somebody comes and says, I want to fuck with your shit, you can say, I got all my shit in place, instead of having to backtrack and go do all the shit over again. And by the time you get it finished, they done found somebody else to do it, because the shit don't wait for nobody. They gonna come to you and say, hey, are you ready to do this XYZ? You can be like, ooh, shit. Let me go back here and do XYZ. And by the time you come back, they're gonna be in the mood on somebody else. And that's not to say, you know, you're gonna miss your opportunity, because that might just mean that just wasn't your time at the time. But it's a lesson learned for you to be ready to do it the next time. So all I think they need to do is just continue to do all the events that I'm seeing, all the shit that I'm seeing going on. Keep doing it, and fuck the people who got something negative to say about it, because, you know, that's one of the things that have halted a lot of people from doing shit around here, is because they concerned with the people, what they gonna say. And at the end of the day, those people were never gonna do shit, have never done shit, don't have the wherewithal or the talent to do shit. So you should not be concerned with what those people have to say about what it is that you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing and continue to let that shit grow. When I created Jackson in the Music Week, in the beginning, the motherfucker said that shit ain't gonna work.
I ain't know you created it. You created it. I don't mean, you know, you see me there.
I need to kind of get you out your bubble, Nardo. I don't know what the fuck you been doing. You might have been writing jokes or something.
That's it. Jokes.
I done said too much shit today, and you was like, oh, wow. I had no idea.
Right. I knew that. I done been there.
Yeah.
I see you on the panel. All up, but I ain't know this you created.
I created that shit, and we are now in year number 10. You know what I'm saying? Of having a 7-day music festival here. And when I first did it, motherfuckers was like, that shit ain't gonna work. But I prided myself in that time of learning how not to listen to niggas. Because for the most part, most of the niggas who've had something critical to say about anybody doing anything in this city, when you look up 5 years later, them niggas are still in the same place, doing the same thing. And the people who they talked about have moved on and kept doing what you're doing. And that's what you have to do in a city like Jackson, or any city, when you have so many creators around. You have to learn how to motherfucking tune out that noise. And she was correct. You know, with this creative scene, just keep doing events, keep making shows, keep doing podcasts. Every podcast that's gotten big that's out there in the world started out with 4 or 5 motherfuckers listening to them and getting 20 views. You can go back, any of the ones that's on YouTube, when you see the ones that have gotten to this many followers and they got 500,000 views on their video, scroll back down to the bottom of that motherfucking page and see what happened when they started.
Facts.
Scroll all the way down to the bottom and see them first 2-3 shows where it was 30 motherfuckers watching their shit. Right. And the only difference between them and y'all is them niggas just kept going and they kept pushing, and more motherfuckers kept watching, and they stayed consistent, and every week it was a new motherfucker picking up on that shit. Every week it was a new person subscribing, and every week, if it take you 3-4 years to get there, it just means that was the Lord's intent for you to take 3-4 years to get there. Your time is going to be your time, and there's nothing that you can do to stop it when it's your time, and you can't rush it at the end of the day.
Ain't it?
But just scroll down to the bottom, man. Scroll down to the bottom of a nigga's page that's rapping. Scroll down to the bottom of his IG page. Scroll down to the bottom of motherfucking Kerwin's page. Scroll down to the bottom if they ain't took them off. Scroll down to the bottom.
If they ain't took them off, that's a new thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because some niggas, you know, you can't remove them.
Sure right.
But I tell motherfuckers, man, like, you know, let motherfuckers see.
See your story.
Let them see the motherfucking struggle. Let them see the motherfucking journey. They need to see that shit. Don't take this shit off and act like, you know what I'm saying, shit, when I popped out the gate, nigga, my video did 100,000 when I popped out the gate. No, it didn't, nigga. Nah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying him particular, I'm saying just anybody in general. Let motherfuckers scroll to the bottom so they can motherfucking see the video that's got 20 views on it.
See the progression.
And more than likely, when they fucking with it up here, they gonna scroll down and look at that motherfucker that's got 20 on it, and then you gonna look at that one and it's gonna have 10,000 on it, because they gonna scroll down to the bottom and they gonna be like, damn, this nigga was just starting, let me see what that nigga was talking about down here at the bottom. And then you go, y'all need y'all some dual buttons in this thing, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, he giving us a wrap up signal, man. So
we can talk all day,
but that's what we gonna do. We gonna keep doing it, because like you said, we do it mostly for us, and then the rest gonna come from there. We go, and when I say us, not just us, but to have you, And Kayla and these other people from Jackson, Mississippi.
Man, I appreciate. I love to talk about my city, man. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. And make sure too, we get a chance to talk about the new record, but y'all go.
I had it pulled up.
We go, before we let them out, go on, let them know about the new record.
So
I download this on Spotify.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
iTunes?
It's on everywhere, man. This is my first record in 12 years. Shouts out to that boy Maul, Maisie. He kind of Jedi mind tricked me into motherfucking rapping again because I was really cool on it. But he kind of Jedi mind tricked me into some shit because we doing some writing on Crosses 3 and I done some other shit and we done put some documentaries and shit together. And he ended up, having a record and he sent it to me. He was like, hey, just rap on that shit. He didn't ask me if I wanted to do it or nothing. He just sent it to me. And I ended up getting on the record with him and Boss B and some other people on the last album that he had out. And then I started getting some reactions from it. People was calling me. My oldest daughter stays in Atlanta, the one that just gave me them beautiful grandbabies too, by the way.
Shout out.
Congratulations.
So
yes,
she called me from Atlanta. I was like, you rapping? I was like, what you talking about? She's like, I heard this verse. Everybody talking about this verse you did on this Lil Maul record. And she cool with Parkway Man and some of them people. You know what I'm saying? I kind of question because she know a whole lot of street niggas. What be going on too on top of that. She know a whole lot of street niggas. But anyway, she hit me and she was like, yeah, she's rapping on the Boop Doop Boo. And I was like, okay, well, damn. And motherfuckers started hitting me about it. And Twy hit me and a couple of other people. And then I was like, okay, well, fuck it. Let's try to motherfucking do some shit. And I just said, really, the first time the niggas hear me back in 12 years, I need to be saying something important. I can't be sounding like I did before, and I can't be rapping about the shit that I rapped before, because I'm 54 years old, and I got to talk about shit that motherfuckers in my age bracket need to be talking about. And I have talked a lot about politics, and I've talked a lot about Mississippi and the city of Jackson and the real enemies of the city of Jackson and what Tate Reeves and Trey Lamar and all these folks, man, have been doing to the city. So I put a record together for that, man. It's enough niggas.
Yeah, I gotta go
it's enough niggas in Jackson that's talking about, shooting and scamming and popping pills and sipping this and doing this. And it's enough of that out there. And if that's what you like to consume, it's enough of that going on in Jackson. But niggas in Jackson ain't talking about some of the important shit that we need to be talking about.
And the real stuff. And the rest
again,
of the nation want to hear that, though.
Yeah, and again, for me, it's going to be I'm serving a demographic that wants to hear, some conscious records that's got some jamming on it at the end of the day. So, and I'm not saying that's the whole total direction, and I'm not coming back. Like I said, I'm doing this because I want it to be fun.
Right.
I said when I did music again, I didn't want this shit to feel like it was a job. I'm going to write these records when I feel like writing them. I'm going to do them when I feel like doing them. It may take me 2 months to finish one song, but if I do it, I'm going to put that shit out because I want to be passionate about it, and I'm going to talk about what's going on in the world. Like, the worst thing that I could do, and when I was on Bars and None, I was trying to encourage other people from my generation that if you want to do this shit, man, stop listening to these young niggas that's telling you not to do this shit. Make the motherfucking music that you want to make. What I don't want to hear is, I don't want to hear no 50-year-old nigga trying to goddamn sound like he 25 and rap what the 25-year-old niggas is doing about. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, because for me, I want to give niggas that's rapping something to aspire to. Yeah. I want them to be able to look to me and say, he's giving me something inspirational that I can inspire to be as an MC or aspire to be as a man. And I can't give them anything to aspire to if I'm trying to sound like them and dress like them and have them to listen to my music. So I really don't give a fuck if a 25-year-old really jams a Kamikaze record or wants to fuck with it, because you're not the crowd that I'm trying to serve. You're not the demographic I'm trying to serve. So, but if you listen to this record and you involved in politics or you involved in what's happening with this city, you'll listen to it and you'll fuck with it. And if you fuck with it, that's cool, because I'm going to keep delivering it and saying some shit that needs to be said. So, y'all go out and stream the record.
Got to.
I got another record that's going to be dropping shortly with me and Meezy and Boss B. That's going to drop. And it's pretty hard. So, y'all check it out. And I'm going to just drop music as it comes. And maybe in 2025, I might put out, a whole, a whole project. But shouts out to Kenyon, because, that was around the time that, Maul had me rapping on this other shit. And I said, you know what? I think I might fuck with this shit. And I called Kenyon up and I was like, I'm ready to come on there and do my thing. And I was like, this is going to be the measuring stick of whether or not you know, I can still do this shit. And the nigga dropped my episode on a Sunday. It was like Sunday at 10 o'clock. And when I first saw it, I was like, damn, ain't nobody up on no goddamn Sunday at no 10 o'clock. And I watched it when he dropped it. And I was like, well, fuck it. Let me just see what the reaction is. And the shit just motherfucking.
Man,
I think them 25-year-olds who you ain't give a fuck about heard it, though. Like, I think, like,
that's what it is. You know, the bars is going to stay sharp. It's going to be what it is. Like if you're 25 or whatever the case it is. Like I said on that Measy record, I could be 75, barely alive, without a walker, with nurses on call, and still rap better than y'all. And that's the way it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm the greatest.
Platform. Yeah. They heard it. You feel
they heard it.
Mr. Franklin.
I don't think every young nigga can hear that, but on your
Yeah, but I mean, I wanted to do that so that, you know, again, I want to give you something to aspire to. Come on. There you go. Yeah. Come on here and come with your best shit, man. You got an opportunity to come on here. Come on here with your best shit. You know what I'm saying? And do, you know, show these motherfuckers what you can do. Sometimes it work out for them and sometimes it don't. Kenyon know what it is, man. He's a diplomat about it. You know what I'm saying? He's a diplomat because he got to be a diplomat about it. Absolutely. But if you take them wide shots out, you know what I'm saying? Because I be peeping shit just because I'm a journalist by trade is what I went to school for. But if you take that wide shot out and you just pay attention to Kenyon when niggas be rapping, just watch him. Don't watch the rappers. Don't watch the rappers all the time. Don't watch the rappers. I'm gonna tell y'all to go back and watch because I be watching all that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Don't go back through all the motherfucking shits now, and don't watch the rappers on that shit. Watch Kenyon's face and watch his body motions and watch his body movement and watch how that nigga be playing with that board over there. Cause some of the time that nigga don't be doing shit with that board when he doing this. That nigga just be trying to have some shit to do while the nigga be rapping. He just over there punching buttons. Ain't shit happening. Ain't nothing going on right here to do with that shit. That nigga Kenyon be turning. Like, woo! That nigga be turning them buttons over there. Watch that nigga. Watch that nigga on them shit.
Somebody spitting when he say,
yeah. You get that? You good?
Say that right
you
now.
Get that good?
When niggas start working with
he gonna smile.
Y'all might need to
and nigga Kenyon get to going over there. Like, nigga.
Might be bullshit.
The mic already up, nigga. The lights on. We know what's happening. You ain't changing shit in here, nigga. We know you're not doing shit. That nigga's over there turning the fuck out of shit. Ain't no volume moving. Ain't nothing going on.
You done let the cat out the bag.
That nigga be over like, woo.
You done let the cat out the bag.
Nigga. You know what that it's gonna be hard now because niggas gonna be looking. niggas gonna be looking. But hey, it is what it is. It's a call for you to get better with your craft. Everybody can get better with their craft. I'm trying to get better with my craft because I'm listening to niggas around me that's super dope, that's doing shit lyrically that's amazing to me. When I'm listening to Kim Ali, or I listen to Silas's shit, or I listen to Coke, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to niggas around me, young niggas that came up under me that are amazing with the shit that they say and how they do it. And I'm still learning. And I'm still learning. And I'm still evolving because I still want to be better at my craft. I still want to continue to be great. I don't want to just pop on shit and then be like, damn, that nigga been gone for 12 years. And he sound like he been gone for 12 years because this shit is garbage. And I don't ever want a motherfucker to ever say that. And I want to make sure anytime I say some shit, man, motherfuckers is going to take it and listen to it. And I'm going to try to keep that consistently through, you know what I'm saying? Next time I'm gonna go back through bars, none to fuck with it. I gotta make sure I do better than I did the last time.
What you did, say, gonna be a whole lot of angelic stuff. Right. But look, the name of that record said "No More Trouble."
No More Trouble. Produced by Fitchild, by the way, man.
We're gonna have to play a little.
Produced by Fitchild, man. And that John Hard. Shout out to Fifth Man came through, and I sent the nigga. My wife and I was watching the Bob Marley movie, One Love.
Oh yeah,
and,
I liked it.
I was just really impressed almost to tears at Bob Marley's story and how that nigga was doing music, dog, and it wasn't even about the music. He was using the music as a revolutionary tool and a vehicle. And he really meant that shit. So when he went in the studio, he wasn't going in there like, you know, we gonna make some jams, but nigga, I'm trying to reach these people because this is what the fuck is happening. And I was so inspired by this shit. And then I was listening to the songs they was playing, and my wife is a real big Bob Marley fan, and she told me what the song was, and I was like, that's it right there. So I sent that shit to Fifth, and I was like, because I knew he was probably one of the few motherfuckers could take that shit and freak it like I needed to. And I sent it to Fifth, and that nigga was like, he just said, okay. That's what he sent me back on the text by that. So I sent that shit. Yeah.
Okay.
I sent that shit to him. I was like, hey, see if you can do something with it. That nigga said, okay. And that was it. I was looking for him to say, you want to do X, Y, Z. And he said, okay. And then he goddamn sent me the motherfucking track back. And I was like, oh, shit. And he came in the studio with me. We crafted that shit, put together. We was over there at Kale's spot. Shouts out to Kale. Kale did the next record that, me, Meezy, and Boss B is on. Shout outs to the Kale over there doing his thing, man. He the new nigga. He the new young nigga doing this motherfucking thing. He one of the ones over there.
Who I recorded. He the one.
Yeah. So he that nigga. So we went over there, recorded. Fit Child came in there, did his thing. We put that shit together, man. We got some of them excerpts from the Meezy documentary that we got. Shouts out to my man Albert Sykes. It's on the record, and we put that shit out, man. So I want y'all to listen to it because it's really talking about what's going on in the city of Jackson and Mississippi right now, and it's something that we need to be talking about. So right now, while niggas is talking about all the other shit, it needs to be a nigga here that's talking about some of this other shit here. Facts. So, I'm not going to add on to any of the foolishness that's out there. I'm going to try to give them something else to have an alternative to. And if you want to fuck with it, you can fuck with it. But if not, I'm going to keep speaking my truth and doing what I'm doing.
Pay attention to the lyrics.
Appreciate you, brother. That's absolutely what this platform is for.
Yes.
Not talking about what everybody else talking about.
The narratives.
About what need to be talking about.
Do your thing, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Y'all keep doing it.
Appreciate
I watch the clips, man. I watch what y'all are doing. I got to come on the one way show while you here. I got to come on. I got to do all these jumps. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do all these jumps, man, because I want to give y'all some of these good interviews. These young niggas need to see. You know what I'm saying? That was a shout out because Squirrel had my man John Knight on his show the other day.
I saw that.
And you know what I'm saying?
Shout out
Squirrel doing his thing. And John was one of the motherfuckers that I was glad he talked to because he was a nigga that was really in these streets that's really doing something straight. Yes. I was one of the motherfuckers that visibly seen it. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas was terrorizing neighborhoods. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
Terrorizing neighborhoods. Like motherfuckers don't understand. Like when you see him now.
Resonated.
Yes. So, I want to be somebody they can aspire and listen to when they hear the conversations that I'm having with y'all. I want them to be able to say, okay, well, that nigga said some shit that I might need to think about at the end of the day, as opposed to doing some shit to just goddamn it run the views up and just be talking shit.
Right.
Shit like that, man. So y'all keep doing what you're doing, though, man.
You
get on out here.
Yes. We appreciate it, man. One more time for Kamikaze.
One more time.
Y'all make sure we're going to check out that No More Trouble. It's your boy, Nado.
It's your boy, E-Dub.
We the Productive Procrastinator. You already know if you ain't being productive, you probably procrastinating.
And if your ass ain't procrastinating,
probably hating, man.
Facts.
So don't hate. Like, share, subscribe.
Like you can never break through.
That shit gonna
pop up. I say,
this shit come in like that? Oh, y'all niggas hot tech over here.
Consideration how much you can mind sense of oppression and depression.
No, I gotta get you out that bubble, man.
Push out.
This Mississippi turn a red state to a blue because we blacker than you. And
maybe they just good five marketing on your behalf. Maybe I just ain't know you put it together, but it was a dope.
Man, nigga. I mean, because I know you writing them jokes, man, because you be like, damn, I ain't know.